Guru team, and welcome back to my PS5 Loot Routes Survivor's Guide from the Balota spawn group. This is my modded server, and we're picking up where we left off the last episode. This is Vybor. Vybor is up in the middle of the map. It is probably one of the most well-traveled because it sort of sits within a sort of a confluence of things. Not a million miles to the south is a place called Zelenogorsk. Not a million miles out in that direction is the Vybor military base, and not a million miles in that kind of direction is the Northwest airfield. So people come to Vybor for a whole set of reasons. It also has police and medical, and somewhere in here I think is a hunting shack as well. At a whole load of little houses and various other bits and pieces. So we're going to have a little wander around, and lots of fruit trees again. And we're going to have a little wander around, and we're going to have a little look for some things. We've got our new fantastic crossbow, amongst other things. What are we looking for? Upgrades. We're looking for, well, we've got a Mosin, which is okay, but I'd like a Tundra. I always do. But we don't really have any ammo for the Mosin, and we don't have any better sights. Not a CR527. So there's a very specific set of sights that fit the Mosin. I think is it the PSO? Is what they're called. I can't remember. I kind of know it when I see it. So we could do with, thought I heard a Z. We could do with a better set of sights. There's definitely one over there. Well, we could do with a set of sights. We could do with a leather kit. Honestly, because there's fruit over there, and it's fresh. Leather kit, because we used our leather kit. That's right. We still have our first aid. We're running short on bandages, so there's a medical here we'd like to check out. We'd like a blood bag, because we don't have a blood bag. We don't have any tets, so we're gonna be paying a visit to the medical that there is in Vybor. Another reason to come to Vybor. And we could do with a better jacket. There's only kind of two better jackets that I rate anyway, and that would be the hunter's jacket, which you can find around in some buildings like this building. This brown log building. I've seen hunter's jackets in buildings like this before. Or the field jacket, which is military. We're not going to any military around Vybor today, because this is an easy loot route, so we won't be doing anything too strenuously, dangerously hard. So really, if we can get to a hunter's, not a hammer, then that's fine. I don't think there'd be anything in those. There's an industrial park up the hill. I've never really found a great deal of things in there. There's like a military shipping container, but it's not always got anything good in it. You know, you go up there and you get something like a pair of binoculars. Like, what? Or, you know, a knackered little compass or something. So I'm not super bothered about doing that industrial. You can if you want, obviously. I'm not saying don't. You might have different needs at this stage in your journey than I have. I have the needs that I have, and you'll get here, and you'll have different needs. Anyway, that's the situation. So I'm going to have a little goosey gander around the place, and it's going to be slightly more limited because I'm only looking for some specific things in some specific places, and it's a little bit larger. Vybor, it has Zeds, it has things you can't jump. It has some apartment blocks, tenement buildings, I guess you might call them, is probably how they look to me. Tenements, apartments, whatever you want to say. It has some of these taller buildings. It has lots more outbuildings. It has supermarket and things, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's got better gear or better loot. You know, which is fine. So anyway, I'm gonna go and have a little whiz round, and from here we'll be heading out of the town, heading west-ish. So I'll see you on the west side of town when we're done, shall I? Well, now, that was fun, wasn't it? That's what happens when there's a gas strike and you're in a town. You run, and you run quickly. Yeah. Oh man, oh man. I, uh, I heard that and I liked it. So, woo. And the reason that I knew it was going to be a problem is because they are usually centered around medical. So that is the very real threat of looting, and obviously, yeah, I had to do some hasty backtracking, and some fairly hasty shooting, and this whole cult is now done. So I've taken a few hits. I'm in good condition, which is fine, but I'm going to pop a multivit because it'll certainly help me. And we'll go back and we'll retrieve our bolts in as much as we can. But the problem is now that this stuff stays for a while, and the question is, you then have to sort of make a decision, which is, where'd this guy go? Was he here or was he the other bush? He's over here, other bush. So I think I hit you with a crossbow, but it disappeared. I think it's probably stuck in a bush. And there's these guys here, which is fine. I have enough crossbow bolts. I thought I had enough crossbow bolts. Have I been through 13 crossbow bolts already? Wow. That's I'm a bit surprised by that. That bolt is ruined. That seems like I have gone through bolts incredibly quickly for some strange reason. Yeah, that's a bit odd. Did I just run out and forget to pick up all my crossbow bolts? That's another possible reason, because I have I have 10 feathers, and No, I don't. No, I don't understand on that one. That's a bit weird. Um, well, you know what? I'll tell you what. I've got enough for 10 bolts, so I'm gonna make 10 bolts while I'm out here, while we're waiting on this this gas cloud to dissipate, or we decide what we're gonna do about it. So we may as well. We've got some health to get up. That's 3, 6. Get 3 short sticks for 1 stick. 9. And then this will be, there'll be 10 off this one. So, yeah, I'm going to get on and do this, and I'll call back shortly. Right, so here we are on the edge. It's quite interesting that these Zeds are walking around, because this gas should kill them. So I don't know. They might... I've just come down here. So sometimes what happens is the game doesn't recognize that there's gas here. So there's a Z way down in the deep of it there. So they spawn in, and then they immediately start getting cuts, and then those cuts start damaging them, and then eventually they die. But I'm not going to use them as a canary for me to go in there, to be honest. I don't know how they're alive, and I don't need to know why they're alive. I do know that the extent of the effect of the pox gas does not match with the extent of the particle effect, because you see it's blowing out over me kind of depending on how you look at it. But I'm actually safe in this little orchardy bit that I'm standing in right now. So yeah, that was a close run thing. But you can see that I've made up. I took some time to make up some bolts. I've sorted myself out with a 2 stack of bolts, which whatever. There's 5 there, and there's 4 there, and that's fine. And I've picked up some fruit, and I picked up some things. So, and I picked up one of the Zeds that I killed had bandage on it, so I picked up a spare bandage. I've got a full bandage. I'm out of ammo now with this thing. I've had some of these because I was cold, which is a bit of a nuisance, and I found some fruit while I was wandering around here, checking things out. So I didn't get any cuts, and I didn't get any coughing or anything in relation to the gas strike. So that means I think that I'm generally pretty good. I don't think that I had any negative effects from the pox, so I don't think I need to worry about it. So when this happens, you really sort of have 2 options. Hang around, and there's a medical there. I cannot remember if there's a hunting store, but I'm almost certain there is. You'll see that some of those Zeds have disappeared. I'm pretty certain that those Zeds have died. This is a runner. So, oh no, there's one Zed over there that hasn't died. It's just standing there. And there's another one shambling around over there. So I don't think they have died. That's the weirdest thing. Anyway. So the question is, should I stay or should I go now? Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Because, is it worthwhile staying? You need to loiter around for quite some time. And I don't honestly think it's worth my time loitering around. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to eat. I'm just going to eat. I'm just going to eat my way out of here. My water is good. My food is good. I've picked up a whole bunch more fruit. Big surprise. You know, standing around out here and doing things out here. I cooked up some chicken. I'm going to eat the chicken first because it doesn't have an awful lot of nutritional value per se, so I may as well take that on board and deal with it. And then I'm probably actually going to move on because I don't want to hang around here for far too long. The only way we're getting in there is with them safely, is with NBC here. And I did the other side. I was mostly coming around this side just to get to medical, and police is not a million miles further down in there. But I can't get to it. I just can't get to it. see if I can see it from here, through the mist. Maybe we get a good clear optic through the mist. Yeah, well, I can see it. I don't know if you can see it. I can see the top, the little lighthouse keeper thing at the top. It's right there, right in the middle. That's where police is. Yeah, which is a bit of a shame, because this Vybor was the last kind of sizable-ish town that I was going to hit before heading further up. But you know, them's the breaks. This is what happens. These are all the things that happen. So, seriously, the only things I was really going to hit was medical and police, and I can't do those now. I just cannot do those now. So there you go. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to head on out of here to the next destination, which is Lopatino, which is up that way. So I'm going to head out to Lopatino. It doesn't have police and it doesn't have medical, and in fact my next stop after Lopatino was Vavilovo, and it also doesn't have police and it also does not have medical. And then after that we're really just all the way around onto the top to our ending destination, which is Novaya Petrovka. So yeah, anyway, them's the breaks. Let's just say I went into medical and didn't find anything, and I went into police and they had lots of uniforms and shotguns and scorpions, which I didn't want anyway, and they didn't have an M-lock, which is what I have this mag for, this one. Which is a shame. It would have been nice if they'd had those things, but they didn't. Let me just check my gear. And you saw me running around. Oh, this needs a... Ooh, this got fairly whacked up from that encounter. Yeah, I mean, you saw me running around trying to find stuff and everything else. You get the idea of what Vybor looks like, I suppose. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head up the road to Lopatino, and I'll bring you in when I get there, and we'll see what fun and games we get there. We're out of the sewing kit, so there's some additional things that we need to get to do, and otherwise we're all good. We got what we need. Oh hey, just while I head off and I remind myself, do you remember I had a potato? And do you remember I mused, could you cook a whole potato in a frying pan without peeling it? Yeah, you can't. So don't try. Whether you can cook a whole potato in a stove, I don't know. And whether you can cook a peeled potato, I don't know. But I will. Oh, look, more food. But I will certainly keep my eyes and ears peeled. No, didn't like that one. No, well, never mind. I'll just have another apple while I'm standing here by the side of the road. Hey, look, yet another apple. I thought I put that to my hands. Where are you? Come here, you. Yeah. Right. I'll see you in Lopatino. Right. Hello again. This is the big red shed outside Lopatino. If you're coming over to Lopatino from Vybor, you'll see this big thing on a clear day. And I was just heading this way when what should happen? But a helicopter crash, which is good. So this has persistence, so this will stay here as long as I'm here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little run around Lopatino to have a look for some bits and pieces that I think I might need at Lopatino. And then we're going to run out and take a look at that helicopter spawn, because there could well be something good there, and I mean really, really good. So do keep an eye out for those kinds of things. They're dynamic events. They don't always happen, but they are very good when they do happen. And you can get some very good things, including really, really high grade weapons like the DMR. Which would be fabulous if we had that, or if we could get that. So that's what I'm going to do. We're running into Lopatino, and we know where that is. So we're going to go for a little sketchy around Lopatino. I'm still doing okay for food, but look, more fruit trees. So I can certainly grab more fruit if I need to grab fruit. We'll think about water. Think about grabbing some more if we want some more. And rotten apple. The heck with you, Mr. Rotten Apple. And then when we're done, another rotten apple. We will we'll head out to that crash site and we'll check it out. So like I say, there's not a lot actually in here. It's a place on the way to places, which is absolutely fine. Some of the nicest gear I've got are some of the luckiest finds, I should probably say, come from places that are just on the way to places. But this place is also on the way to Z Town because it appears to be crawling with Zeds. Right. So that's Lopatino. Not really a vast amount of stuff there. Didn't I found lots of ammo? None of it the ammo that I wanted, and I wasn't really expecting to find an M-lock there, and consequently I didn't. So let's go and check this out. We're going to head over to Vavilovo, which is kind of in that direction. But we're going to go and check out this this crash site. Now, because this is an easy route, I'm going to preface this by saying, look, don't tackle this if you're not comfortable about it. And by which I mean, you know, presuming that you don't feel comfortable that you have enough gear to do it. You should feel comfortable about tackling anything in DayZ. It's all tricky, but it's not impossible. And the issue here is these guys, and making sure that you actually hit them when you fire things at them. I'm probably asking a lot of crossbow accuracy over this range. I do acknowledge that it's not the most accurate of weapons, but oh, side on. Yeah, at this range, it's probably a hard ass to ask it for a one-shot kill. It's okay. He's gonna come closer. There you go. He even brought my bolt back. Thanks, mate. Excuse me. Did you lose this bolt in my eye? I might have done. Yes. But thank you for bringing it back. Yeah, so always I would say if you're coming up here, make sure you've got a suppressed weapon because you don't want all of them to know. There's usually anywhere between like, I don't know, 3 and 7. It depends, I think. But anyway, just something about the crossbow bolts. I mean, I did say to you and I warned you that when you pick them up, they do this. They don't stack properly. And they don't stack properly, which is fine. You know that, and I have warned you about it, so you're well prepared. The other thing that you probably have to be aware of is when you are loading them straight from an infected that you have shot, don't move, because if the animation starts and you move, it appears to be loaded, but then you get a misfire. It's not like a jam. I mean, it kind of is. But you can't clear it. You basically have to unload the weapon, and you have to discharge it and reload it again. So here we are, busted up helicopter. What have we got? We've got an engraved Colt, which is nice. It has some ammo in it. So I think we're just going to take it. We're going to have a look what else we got here. We've got bomber jacket, which don't need. We've got 7.6254s. I need 7.6239s. No, 5.4539s. No, 7.6254s. Oh, I do need 7.6254s. Tell a lie. We'll take those. Got what looks to be a hat, a pair of boots, an OKZK hat, an IV start kit. Well, we were looking for some stuff in relation to that. Do be aware there's quite a lot of Zeds around here. Got some more boots, another tactical shirt. We've got an S-File, which we're going to take immediately. We've got a KA polymer buttstock, which we're going to care nothing about. We've got some 5.4539s, which I think... no. We've got a KAM, which we're also going to take immediately. And we've got a field jacket, which we're going to take immediately. And that's it. I don't think in this one there's anything else spawns inside. Don't think so. So we've got a variety of things there that we really like the look of. So then we're going to sneaky out of here. Sneaky out of here. On an official server, obviously helicopters happen all the time. So one of the things to look for when you're approaching... I can't put my crossbow away. One of the things to look for when you're approaching a helicopter is evidence of dead Zeds. Because obviously if people have already been there, there will be dead Zeds. In which case, there's probably nothing super really worthwhile grabbing. That's not to say it's always true, but it is something worth considering. So let's have a look, because this is why we go to these dynamic things, because they give us good stuff. So we've picked up an S-File. An S-File that's got a mag in it, which uses 939s. It's got 6 in. It's a fantastic ranged weapon. It is definitely one for the books because it is integrally suppressed. So it's very good at sniping at long range and keeping very quiet. That's certainly one thing going for it. I'm just going to drop that now while we have a look at the rest of the stuff. We got an engraved Colt 1911. Which is also fine. I don't actually want that Colt because I'm going to have to potentially fix it, and I don't have the stuff to fix it. I could go back and get that, whatchamacallit, gun cleaning kit, but I'm not going to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ditch that mag, and I'm going to take this mag, which is one of my prepared mags. And I'm going to load it up, and then I'm going to swap out my empty mag for my full mag. full mag. It's got 4 in it, which is fine. So now I've got that up and running again. I've got this Mosin, which I can actually load up. Should take 5. Yep, 4 and 1 in. So we've got a Mosin with 4 and 1 in. That's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. And we picked up, obviously, we picked up an IV kit. We don't need that now because it's damaged and we don't have a blood bag. We've got 54539 tracer rounds, which is fine because we also have this thing, which is the KAM. Oh no, this is for the smaller, so we don't need that. You've got the KAM, which is like the larger version, yeah, modernized version using 7.6239s. Fairly chunky thing. It's got 1 round in, you know, which is hunky dory if that's the kind of thing that you want. And of course we picked up a field jacket, which is my favorite. It's not in great condition, sadly, and I don't have anything to put it in good condition. That said, it's a very good piece of kit. So we're gonna swap it on, and we're gonna try and fill it up with stuff, and we're gonna hopefully get to somewhere where we can actually mend it. And all of the rest of this stuff, the KAM, the ammo, the IV, the gun, everything we don't need. We're going to carry the S-Val around with us because it is a slightly better weapon, I believe. We're going to eat. And we're going to head off. And we're going to head off to Vavilovo. And hopefully when we get to Vavilovo, we can find something that's going to help repair our jacket, because that's definitely what we need. So the road, there's the gun going off in the distance. Oh, we got some peaches. And some peaches for me. Just by the way, with peaches, the peaches cans, you can open them with knives and things. You, depending on what you use to open it, depends on how little food you get out, the quantity of the food you get out. You open it with a can, you get 100%. You open it with a knife, you get, I don't know. There's a whole lot of percentages I'm not going to go into. Pardon me. But that is the situation. So there was a mummy down there. Hello. There was water down there. Hello. We went and got water, which is fine. Woo, zoomy. So the road we want is this road. This road is out here, which is the road that's going kind of northwestish. Yeah, that's the one. So we're going to follow that road out of there, and we're going to head out of Lopatino. We didn't really get the stuff that we wanted in Lopatino, but because we were heading to Lopatino, we picked up the helicopter crash that's outside Lopatino, and that enabled us to get a better jacket and enabled us to get an S-Val gun, which actually has 7 rounds in it, which is fantabulous, and we can head on, secure in the knowledge of something. So anyway, Vavilovo. See you soon. Right, I've literally come up to the top of Vavilovo. You come in over on this side, and the main road runs down there. And way off in the distance is the train track, which is the loop track that runs all around the map. That runs well, all around the map. And there's this road, which takes you on up. And if you follow that, this road will take you up into NWAF, which is up there. So we've come up to the very top of Vavilovo, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to work my way kind of down, and it's sort of a T-shape, Y-shape. No, it's close to a T-shape. It's got the main road down at the bottom, and then it's got this road up here, and I'm just going to check these houses up here and head down towards the bottom. And what are we looking for? We're looking for some more ammunition for our guns. I don't think we're going to get 45s. 45s are an odd. It's why I prefer the 9mm, because the 45s are kind of hard. The 7.6254s for the Mosin, yeah, okay, maybe we'll possibly find 7.6254s. I don't think we'll find a scope, PSO scope, I think it is, for the Mosin. And other than that, I mean, we're good for food, we're good for water, we just need something to repair our field jacket with. So we want to be careful that we don't get our field jacket ruined before we find a sewing kit. So I'm going to go do that, and I'll see you all again real soon. Well, hello. So we have a train spawn down here as well. So there's normally Z spawn up here, and there will be Zs associated with the train. So let's just go and have a look at the map, and we'll just cover where we are right now. So we are up here in Vavilovo, and we're going to go to Novaya Petrovka, and we're going to pass Topolniki. I'm not going to stop at Topolniki. Topolniki kind of blends into Novaya Petrovka in the same way that Prigorodki kind of blends into Cherno, so I kind of consider them to actually be one big place, and I'm not doing that place. That's the end of our journey, and we'll stop there, but we're at Vavilovo. We came from Lopatino. We had fun and games at Vybor. Gosh, didn't we? From Pustoshka, and we did the Rogovo, Progorevka, and Pulkova triumvirate in high speed, because there's not a lot going on. And you'll remember that we came from Kozlovka down there, which we got to from Bor, which we got to from Komarovo, even though we started out in Balota. So that's where we've come. And it's quite a bit of a fractious journey, but it got us here in the end, and it got us here to this thing. So night is falling. What we're going to do is we're going to start at the ass end, and we're going to work our way along it and see how we do. We're still looking for some ammo, and we're still looking for either duct tape or a sewing kit, so that we can actually something wrong with, oh, there it is. It's been something fiddly with my crossbow loading, which doesn't instill me with a whole load of confidence. But we're going to start down here, and we're going to have a look and see if we can't repair this field jacket into something a little bit more trustworthy. And try and make sure that we don't get killed by people in the process. He's gonna fly around for a little bit. till he figures out what he's doing. Gotta take that. Oh no, he's got it. Got it. Ah! Not loaded. That, sir. I don't want you to wreck my jacket. Let us actually load the crossbow. Thank you. Right. Let's have a look. Yes. Right. Repair away, and then I'll feel so much happier. It's not going to be completely destroyed from the first guy that seriously hits me. Everything else good? Everything else good. What's this? No. Bit of a funny spawning there. Never mind. Oof. Pile of timber. Right, let's have a look in these things. Hello, what's this? What's this? An AUR-A1 fully kitted and ready to go. Well, hello, madam. Look at this bad boy. Isn't that fun? I don't know where to put it. I think what I'd probably do is get rid of this Mosin, and I'll do that instead. And then we'll get rid of... Did I have some 7.6254s? I don't think so. Because this thing, I mean... That's dangerous. Dangerous, dangerous noises there. Ballistic hat. What you can do is we'll swap that into our hands, and you take that off and drop that. We've got now a ballistic hat. KA mag. Now then, this takes 5.5645s, and this is 5.5645s, right? No, 5.4539s. Don't think we have any of those in here. No. Okay. Butt stocks. Nothing else by the looks of it. Alright, another mag. What's this mag got in it? A Vega. Shotgun cartridges. That's what that's got in it. Hello. What's this? Ah, it's a Lamaze as well. And it's also got stuff in it. It's a 5.5645, and it's also ready to go. So you've got the Lamaze Bullpup, and you've got the AUR-AX. Man, are we turning down stuff? Dynamic train spawns, eh? looks like a ghillie. Ghillie hood? Yeah, ghillie hood. Right, there's a couple of people out there in the woods. And sounds like there's somebody around here. There is. Possibly more than one. There's a military truck here too. This guy, girl, person. What's in here? Wait, USG? Is that 45s? Yes, take that. I can finally replenish the ammunition for my guns. We've also got these things over here. Got some NBC gear, firefighting gear. We've got not a lot in there. And we've got an enormous truck battery. And not a lot else. So there you go, ending it off on a high with a fantastic train spawn. Train crash event, which is hunky-dory. So I'm just conscious that there are some Zeds up there, and I want to just get away from those. I do realize night is falling. One of them did hear me. I can see it, but I don't think it can see me. So I'll just mash my way up here a little bit further. No, I don't see anyone following me, so I think I'm pretty good. So yeah, so we'll pull over here. We'll have a quick look at this, and then we'll talk about where we've come from. So yeah, so we got stuff to repair our field jackets. We got our field jacket repaired, which is awesome. We lucked in with that train spawn. So we got ballistic helmet. We've got this AUR A1, which is fantastic, 55645. We picked up another sharpening stone. We picked up a can opener. So after talking about opening cans and can openers and various things like that, I actually picked one up. I've got 3 dedicated bolts, which is fantastic. I can't remember the last time I had that many. These bolts are all, as you can see, higgledy-piggledy. This is the problem with bolts. We do love them, but they do have a downside. So that's fine. So we've got a bunch load of bolts. We've got some crackers. We're going to sit and eat. Hello, Moon! Which is great. And we picked up a gun cleaning kit. I don't think the AUR needs anything, does it? I think it's in pristine. Let's have a look, because the other thing that you need to check is the mag. So the mag is here, and the mag is damaged. So yeah, so if you want to stop having jams, then gun jams, then what you need to do is you need to make sure that your mag is in good condition. So the way that the jamming system works is it works with both mag and gun for mag operated guns. So if a gun has a magazine, then you need to repair it to the best of your ability, because that's going to reduce the chances of it jamming, and you don't want it jamming because that would be a nuisance. So make sure that not only the gun is in good condition, but the magazine is in good condition. We obviously found this mag here, which is the USG mag, which is full of 45s, and it has, I think that was 15 in it, which is fine. So we'll take that 15 out. That should be enough to replenish both mags for our pistol. So I'm getting rid of the M-lock because there's just no way we're going to find one now. We have that, which we can load up. 7. And my pistol mag, I think, had 4 in. Is that right? 3 in and 1 in. There it is. It's off. Load it up. Right. Fabulous. So we have that ready to go. Load that up. Marvelous. So that's ready to go. So we've sorted out a really good automatic weapon which can work at range as well for targeting big game. We've got our close range weapon. We've got enough storage capacity for everything. We've got a ballistic helmet which will protect us from headshots on almost all occasions. We've got sharpening stones, which is great. We've got meat. We've got bandages. We've got things to open our cans of food with. I picked up a leather kit, but I don't need it. Everything else is fine. We've got a bit of a sewing kit, we've got some spare stuff, we've got a gun cleaning kit, which is great, we've got the 9mm, we've got some various other bits and pieces, we've got this S-Val, which is just hunky-dory. We're probably not going to find 939s anywhere with this one. We've got this frying pan, which I don't think I have tried, but I shall try, that I think you can store things in a frying pan the way you can with a pot. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And then what you do is you drop the frying pan, you pick this up, and you combine the two. You can! And then you put them into storage. Excellent! So it's an additional storage unit. You still carry the weight, but you don't carry the space. So you've got the frying pan and the pot. The last benefit to the cooking pot over the frying pan is that the cooking pot can be filled with water, and the frying pan cannot. And there you go. We've got our iodine tincture, which keeps us well, and we've got our pills, which are cold. Pop one. I've got 20, which also keeps us well. And that's us, all well and good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow this train track all the way up to Novaya Petrovka. And I'll do a brief recap at Novaya Petrovka, and I will say goodbye in the lovely starlight. I shall see you soon. Hey, so here we are, Novaya Petrovka. It's night, and this is cool. I love these nights with like the big moon. It's quite bright. You can see quite well. You've got recognizable star patterns like Orion off there in the distance. You've got the Dipper over there. You've got the belt of the Milky Way across here, which is fantastic. And you got the big old moon in the sky. You know, this is why you don't just log off at night. There's, you know, yes, okay, on a cloudy, dark, stormy night, it blows. But on clear nights like this, it doesn't blow. It's very, very nice. I remember the first time I moved to a country and went into the country away from the cities and looked up and saw the Milky Way, and it just blew my mind. Really did. I'm a city kid. I come from a big city full of smog and horribleness. And when you look up at night, you see maybe a dozen stars and only the really, really bright ones. Yeah, and the first time I went to somewhere and saw the Milky Way and all the myriad of small stars, it just it blew my noggin. It's just like poof. And I was just sit there staring at it for ages, and people going, "Are you okay?" I go, "Whoa." Anyway, we're not here to talk about the Milky Way. We're here to talk about this loot route, and how we did. And how we did was fantastic. I mean, we look pretty kitted. The problem with actually looking like this is people are going to start taking pot shots at you to get your gear, because we look so good. You know, we look ready to go. We are ready to go. We're fairly fundamentally ready to go, because look at the state of us. We're all over it, man. We are all over it. We have got the crossbow, we've got the military weapon, we've got the military gear, we've got the belt, we've got the pants, we've got a leather backpack, we've got a hood. We're wearing the shoes, and we don't have like combat gloves or anything. But like I've said before about shoes, the the noise that the boots and shoes and that make, if you're gonna have to run around and play sneaky and try not to get too many people hearing you, I reckon stick to light shoes. Stick to light shoes. I don't think I mean, these are medium insulation, which is, I don't think that the shoes are going to affect your health too greatly. So I would stick to lighter shoes that you can sneak around in. We've got the Colt, which has got 45s in, which is fine. We've got 2 full mags of 45s now, so including one in the chamber, I think we got what is that? 15. We've got bolts, we've got food, we've got bandages, we've got everything. I mean, I covered all this stuff. I covered all this. And we've got this mighty S-File, which is really, really good. I'm a dreadful shot at night, and I wouldn't be able to hit a single thing, I'm sure, at distance with this thing. So I don't even know how to try with these sights. They're wonky sights. So but it is good. It is a good weapon. And if you get like better telescopic sights on it, it would be very, very good. And yeah, that's certainly something. Yeah, I mean, that's it. It is quite a route. Quite a route. Boar in particular, with those wolves at Boar. Oh man, the wolves of Boar. Yeah, that was charming. But you know, picking up what we picked up at Balota, and then picking up what we picked up at the helicopter, and then picking up what we picked up at the train spawn, I don't think detracted from any of the trouble that we had, like the gas strike at Vybor or the wolves at Boar or any of that kind of stuff. And as I've said before, the thing about DayZ is adaptability and not getting too stuck on one thing, because it can drag you down a road that just you don't want to end up going down, or is more hazardous for you to go down. So I wouldn't necessarily follow that road all the time. And the other is that you just need to be prepared. You know, be prepared. Have the gear so that when things do go wrong, you know what you're doing. You've got a plan B. And fruit. I mean, this whole loot run's got to be about fruit, right? Meat-wise, I mean, I've eaten some meat and I've stored a bunch of meat in my frying pan, as you saw. But fruit. I mean, it was fruit all the way. Fruitarian, frutaria, frutarosis. I think that's where we were with all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, for heaven's sake, make sure that you sort yourself out with some fruit, won't you? Yeah, because I think that's a fantastic idea. Is just keep an eye out for all that fruit, because it's definitely something important. So there you go. I'm going to call it here. It's been an interesting loot route. I think we've got a fantastic amount of stuff, which just goes to show how much stuff you can actually get on these loot routes without actually trying desperately hard. You know, there was some challenges, but that's it. You might not get the same things. Do remember this is a modded server, and even unofficial, there's always a touch of RNG, and there's other players around. So you never really know what you're going to get. A loot route might seem like it's the loot route, and you're like, well, I always do this, and I always do that, and I always get all this gear. And that's great until the day that you don't. And you probably don't give yourself half the credit for being adaptable and fluid and going, oh, well, if I try this area and nothing happens, then I go over there. And if that doesn't happen, then I go over there. And it's like, yeah, you got plans. You got schemes. You've got goals. You know where to go, and you've got things to do. And that's that. And sometimes you get pushed away from areas because there's a gun battle going on. Or sometimes you get pulled away from areas because you hear a helicopter spawn. Anyway, do drop a like, do subscribe to the channel, do click the bell notification so you get a notification for when the next video is coming out, and do feel free to add any comments, tips or tricks or thoughts of your own. Always happy to share with the community. Until then, ta-ta for now.
PlayStation